I pretended to be unconscious after my car wreck to eavesdrop on my family's true feelings, and it turned my world upside down. The crash happened on Route 9, just beyond the town limits. A drunk driver ignored a stoplight and slammed into my Toyota at 60 miles an hour. I recall the jarring screech of metal, the shattering of glass like a burst of firecrackers, then darkness until I came to in the hospital, surrounded by the steady hum of machines. I wasn't badly injured. Just a mild concussion, some scrapes, and a few stitches across my brow. Nothing critical, the nurses assured me. But when I caught the sound of familiar voices bickering in the corridor outside my room, an instinct urged me to keep my eyes shut and listen. "How soon will she come to?" That was my father's voice, weary and tense. "Could be any time," the doctor answered calmly. "She's stable, fortunate given the crash's intensity. Brain injuries are tricky, but her scans are clear," he added. Then I heard the sharp tap of my mother's heels on the tile floor as she stepped into the room. My father followed, along with my older brother, Ethan. The scent of my mother's pricey perfume mingled with the sterile hospital odor. "Well," she said, her tone oddly detached and formal. "At least now we know the reality." "Know what?" Ethan asked, his voice laced with puzzlement. My father coughed awkwardly. "About the estate. Grandma's estate?" My heart sank. "What estate?" Grandma Ellen had passed away last month, and though I'd heard whispers of family discussions about her assets, no one had mentioned anything about an estate tied to me. "Your grandmother left everything to Lily," my mother went on, her voice tinged with resentment. "The property, the investments, the insurance policy, all of it. We found the documents in her safe deposit box yesterday when the attorney finally granted us access. I've been curious why they'd been so hush-hush about Grandma Ellen's affairs since her memorial. She'd always been closest to me. We'd spent countless Saturdays baking pies and discussing novels, but I had no clue she'd left me anything substantial." "How much is it worth?" Ethan's tone was pointed, almost greedy. $800,000, my father said softly, as if worried someone might overhear. "Plus the old Victorian on Elm Street with all its heirlooms. The lawyer valued it at over $1 million, he added. The room fell quiet, save for the quickening beep of my heart monitor. I struggled to keep my breathing even and my face still. "She's 18, my mother said at last, her voice dropping to a sharp murmur. "Legally, it's all hers the moment she wakes and signs the documents. No delays, no conditions." "Unless she can't sign them," Ethan said slowly, and something in his voice twisted my gut. A heavy silence followed, thick with tension. "What are you getting at?" my father asked, his voice barely a whisper. "I'm saying accidents have consequences," Ethan replied, and I could almost hear the gears grinding in his mind. "Head trauma can lead to lasting issues, memory problems, cognitive decline, trouble making sound financial choices." My mother's voice sank to a near whisper. "The doctor said she might be disoriented when she wakes. That's common with concussions." "Exactly," Ethan said, his tone growing more confident. "And confused people aren't fit to handle complex legal matters. They need family to guide them." I couldn't believe my ears. My own family, the people who'd raised me, who I'd trusted without question, were plotting to take my inheritance while I lay, supposedly unaware, in a hospital bed. I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Watch the rest below.